The smell seems gone or a lot better. Okay. I mean, this morning it was horrendous.
Check, I didn't catch the smell. Second time to go, I did. And I walked all around the yard and checked everything out.
It was as soon as I opened the door.
Side of the house, like was coming up the hill through the woods. I didn't smell anything else in the yard.
Okay. So I bought this because it's cheaper than it was on sale, cheaper than Cabot, but it's Kerrygold cheddar cheese from Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so good. Tastes like the cheese of my youth.
Oh, try it, please. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Is that just amazing?
Oh, that's good cheese.
Oh, yeah.
That's salt crystals in it.
Mm.
Oh, it's rich,
Mhm.
savory, and whatever the word is. Delicious.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
Hi, Grace. Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
I left the picture, Grace.
Sure, just to bug me. I was at the flower show over the weekend and they were
Ooh.
talking about the knotweed. And oh, it looks so pretty. Yeah, it does until it's 10 feet tall.
I was thinking of starting a business with selling it. You can make it pickled. You can use it for straws.
I love it. I love it.
It's really a great antioxidant.
Yeah. That's like making pesto out of garlic mustard.
All you need is a little patch. You'll have all you could ever want.
Oh, yeah. And it'll grow into a huge patch inside of what, 2 years?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it'll take 10 years to get rid of it.
That's true. And then the a gentleman came up and asked me, what do I do about poison ivy? And I said, well, first of all, it is a native. It's not invasive. I said, second of all, get a goat.
To go. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh,
They eat knotweed too, but they can end up having some trouble with it.
say. Well, I actually, the beaver in my swamp down on the corner was eating the Phragmites.
Ah,
I thought that was really cool. Of course, he
that's
couldn't,
great.
oh, yeah. Well, oh, God. So if anybody else here, it's just Crystal, you and
You,
myself?
me, and Crystal. Oh, here's Lee.
Okay, good. Lee.
No,
Hi,
Hey,
Lee.
I have a question for you, Lee.
yeah,
Did Beth give you a letter of resignation or she just told you?
no, she wrote a letter, an email.
Okay, she needs to write a letter to the Board of Selectmen.
Well, I personally told Chandler.
Doesn't matter. It needs to be in writing, from what I'm told.
Okay.
It can be in the form of email.
Oh,
Really?
Can I just
Writing.
forward?
Yeah,
I
it can
just
be
forward
in,
it?
it can be an email. We just need it in writing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
email's fine.
Oh, okay.
Send it
I-
to you, Crystal, or send it to Chandler?
Send it to Christine Barroso.
Okay.
But if you don't have her email and you send it to me, I'll forward it to her.
I'll send it to you right now. Okay, done.
Good.
Okay, so we can get started. 7:01.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let me just get the agenda up.
Crystal Adams is here.
Yep.
Keep going.
Lori Barefoot's here.
Jim Kading here.
Jim.
Laura Roby is here.
Okay.
Lee Wessler here.
Yep.
And here comes Jean.
Okay.
And Grace, you're here. So,
Uh-huh.
okay, so we don't need to seat any alternates. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Or is there any conversation about it?
This is Crystal Adams. I wonder if we should add that Jean volunteered to be the representative to the POCD committee.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll get that on, it's on all business.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was official at the last meeting. I checked the minutes, but it didn't mention it, but I thought she had volunteered. I didn't know if it was official or not.
Yes, it's part of all
It's been in the
business.
minutes, is that what you're saying?
Right.
Was it not included in the minutes?
Well, I thought it wasn't, okay. Can you add that, Grace?
sure.
Thanks. Any other
Michelle.
comments on the
OCZ. Okay.
minutes? And hearing none, does anyone want to make motion to accept the minutes?
I motion to accept the minutes.
Lori? Jim seconds, okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. Anyone abstaining? No.
I will abstain. I wasn't here.
Well, you can still vote,
Oh,
but but if you want to abstain, you can abstain.
you can.
Okay, Ray Morgan, you just flying the wall, or do you have anything to bring to our august body?
No, I'm just a fly on the wall, but thank you.
Treasurer's report?
Okay, we have $659 left on the budget and $2,193.22 in the special.
Thank you. Any questions for the treasurer? Chairperson report, nothing to report. Communications, anyone?
The only thing I received today was the notice of the Connecticut Land Conservation Conference, which I and Jim signed up for. If anybody else is interested, let me know, or go in and sign up and send me a copy of the receipt so I can get you your money back.
Yeah, I
Yes.
signed up also.
Did you? Okay.
Okay, I got a communications from Ken Woslegal.
Really?
Yeah, he's trying to get an environmental club started at middle and high schools. Woodstock Middle School, though, rejected his pitch for an environmental club. And he wanted to know if you guys on the Conservation Commission would support him. And there's a link I could forward you all where you kind of add your name to to a bunch of people who want to get it started. So is that okay if I forward you guys this link?
I guess.
Forwarding us, and then we could personally choose whether to follow up.
Correct. Yep. He just, thought it was something important to share with us.
Did he get in touch with the people at the academy and they said no, or what?
The
Or they
middle
didn't
school.
Respond.
The middle
No.
school.
Yeah.
So,
I
But he's-
did actually sign that when I saw it on social media, so that's disappointing to hear because I don't see why that wouldn't be something that would be important.
Did they give him a
Well-
reason for decline?
This has gotten some parents upset. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't look like they, he doesn't give me a reason. They just said no.
I know that each club needs to have a teacher like leading it. I mean, if they don't have a teacher available to do that, I don't know that they can have a club.
Correct. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't already some type of existing club at the academy that would,
There
Yeah,
is.
but that's the academy. This is the middle school.
I understand.
So, but I'm just the messenger. I'll forward the link so everybody gets it. Any other communications? Okay, then Jean, you're up. DRC report.
All right, this past month, the Development Review Committee met to review two separate applications that are in progress for new cell towers in Woodstock. One of the cell towers is on property adjacent to and behind the Christmas barn, and the other one was on the Chase Lumberyard property. Both applications seem to be missing information. In the one on Route 169, it said there were no wetlands, yet the GIS suggests that there are wetland soils. So, and we noted that Marla Butts from the Wetlands, Woodstock Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Authority, said that there was no soil scientist report with the application, so they probably hadn't done a investigation, so we recommended that happen. And the big thing that stood out from the application down by Chase is they stated there's no known eagle nests in the area, which I corrected because there is one on the Woodstock Putnam line along Little River within a half mile of the Central Tower point. And we made a recommendation that they get consultation from Deep about that for interference. It had mostly to do with lighting of the tower. So those comments, thankfully, Lori did a beautiful, very detailed report that I only had to make a few corrections to. And that report was turned in to Dan Mallow in the building office. He's our zoning and wetlands enforcement agent. And he forwarded it on to the applicants.
There's one note about that tower on 169. They don't actually need to get permission from anybody in town to place that tower there. They can bypass all the rules. They don't have to have approval from anyone regarding wetlands. It can just go to the state council,
The siting
legal
council.
council.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's certain things that are overseen by the state siting council, and cell towers are one of them. But they still have to abide by local wetland regulations, and they just neglected to even do a soil survey. So I did not attend the public hearing. Did anybody else go to it? They had a public hearing about it.
Yeah.
This is Crystal Adams. Jean, it's Dan Malo.
What are
Is
they
his last Malo, Dan Malo,
Okay,
not Mallow.
okay.
And that was my next question was, did anybody attend the public hearing on this last Thursday?
I did not.
Nope.
I was I was a bartender that night.
I assume there would be minutes from that meeting that we could read, so that could be helpful.
Yeah, it should be, sure it's at the website. Okay, anything else, for Jean?
Again, thank you, Lori, for stepping up and doing such a great job on those reports. They're very thorough.
Of course. You know, something just of note, it's not really completely relevant, but T-Mobile, instead of doing towers, they're adding all types of additional cell service with their Starlink.
Oh, great.
So they won't need towers.
Yeah. And hopefully, Elon Musk will say, sorry, you can't do it.
They're gonna have problems when it's cloudy day, but besides that, everything's gonna be fine.
Okay, Crystal, open space.
There was no open space meeting.
Okay. I didn't see anything, through P and Z that was germane to us. Grace, Ag Commission.
Nothing nothing concerning us. They
Okay.
were very wrapped up with the POCD meeting and identifying the town's farms and ones that are active, and Delia was there taking copious notes, so.
Okay, Jim, stewardship, probably nothing, I'm sure nothing in the middle winter.
Well, at least I did meet with Rebecca Hyde last week, and we have a database there to look at. So I'm sort of cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to get out to at least start viewing some of the properties in the spring. So
Cool.
maybe a better idea by the next meeting.
Excellent. Gene, pollinator pathway.
There's no activity. I will likely be giving a presentation at the Garden Club Symposium on April 5th about pollinators, but I'll talk more about that under open discussion.
Okay. Crystal, anything with Sustainable Connecticut?
No.
Okay. So now POCD, I had some communications regarding this. One is this afternoon, that Christine asked if Jean, did you officially?
I have neglected to send in that paperwork. I have got to get that done.
Okay.
I know I sent an email through the email thing, but that didn't count. And
Okay.
if I don't do it right then and there, I'm not gonna remember to do it.
Okay, because she was upset with us. And I told her before that you were going to do it, but so this afternoon she emailed me saying you got to get somebody from your committee on the POCD update committee, and I told her you're going to do it.
This is Christine French.
No,
No, the assistant.
Barroso.
Yeah,
Christine Barroso.
Kristen Barroso.
there you go.
So who is Christine Barroso?
Christine is executive assistant. And she's in charge. She works to, the paperwork for people applying for boards and commission goes into her.
Oh, okay. I've never heard the name before. That's why,
And then I got an email from Delia a few weeks ago, who she emails asking about POCD, and there's a memo to us, except it's not an email memo. I'm not sure where it went. Because she asked me, I haven't heard from you guys, what's going on? And it was like, I didn't get any email from you. Crystal gave us a kind of an update, but there's actually a memo to our commission, which she never sent me until I told her I didn't get it. So it was to the Woodstock Conservation Commission. I don't know if it was in her mailbox, we didn't see it, or where it went. But she wanted to know, does the WCC have any recommendations, questions, or concerns regarding planning and land use regulations, conservation, climate resiliency, future planning, or other? And I wrote,
Not much.
yes, 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 and yes, and yes. And that Jean would be our representative. And then she wanted to know if we're going to update our plan of open space and conservation. And I'm still pooped from the last time we did it.
I honestly think it needs to get completely overhauled because of so many changes and starting out new, but ideally, the plan of conservation and development should have a plan of conservation in it. That means we wouldn't need a separate one. But it was very weak, or there was no, it was when I first started on the commission in 1999, there was no conservation in the plan of development. So that's why we wrote our own. But now the plan of conservation and development is supposed to encompass all the conservation plans. And it should be a joint document and not having a separate one.
Right. Yeah, okay, I agree with you. Yeah. So we're gonna, Jean will give us a report every month, and we'll, give our input. And I think that's the best way for us to approach it, unless anyone else has any other ideas about it.
I'll give myself a note to show up at the town hall tomorrow to fill out the piece of paper to officially make it that I'm on the team. So I get emails, but I'm not getting any correspondence about this, despite verbally being told that I was going to be the rep.
Yeah, we need it in writing and with an application.
Okay. And if anyone else, Crystal, is it okay for people to sit in, or do you have to be a committee member
To go to that meeting?
just to watch, to sit in on it?
I'm sure it should be run like any public meeting, so anybody should be public, they'll be open to the public, and
Good.
minutes posted tomorrow. I'll probably give them make a page on the website for them.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and Delia said that they weren't sure when the next meeting for it would be, because they had other things from P&Z, because it's technically run through P&Z.
okay. Any other old business agenda that I could be missing here?
But then dirt roads supposed to be old business now?
Oh yeah, what happened to that? Yes, I apologize.
No, you
Laura.
asked me to take it off.
I asked you to take it off.
Yeah, well, no, Maura asked to take it off until she had time to talk to them. So I did.
Okay.
And as long as we're here, what I will do in the future is instead of my forgetting something, as I've been prone to do, I'm just going to add, say, HI other. We do not have to.
Right, you don't have to
list
add
everything.
it. I just have to bring it up. Anything
There you
else for
go.
old business?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I'm doing. You don't have to put other. So
Okay.
anything else old business was?
Good. Thank you.
Maura,
You want me to go here?
Yeah, go ahead, Maura.
Yeah, so after I guess about 5 months of my researching and writing the 319 grant I talked to you guys about here for the stormwater runoff on dirt roads, And despite my best efforts, the first selectman and the finance director decided last week not to approve of my submitting the grant. So pretty disappointing. It's kind of surprising. Apparently the town is unable at this time to provide any match. And I did my best to negotiate the minimal amount of match that I could think of, but they didn't want to do it. So the good thing is the Board of Selectmen, when I went to the meeting, showed support of the grant overall as a good project. So I will try to pursue other grant funding, you know, as time permits. I am pretty much really kicking into high gear with a couple of other grants, so we'll have to see how this goes. So probably you can take it off the thing now.
Sorry. Okay, any other conferences anyone's aware of coming up or
Yeah,
attended
there's,
last month?
yes, there is one on the 5th. It's the Connecticut, oh Lord.
Yeah. Connecticut
Wetlands.
Association of Wetland Scientists,
There you go.
CAWS, Wednesday,
Yes.
March 5th, 8 a.m. to 4:30.
Yeah, at AquaTurf,
Yeah.
which is,
Southington.
it's not one I can't do, so. You'll have to do that one alone if you're doing it.
Yeah, so anyway, if anyone is interested, we're going to talk about coastal resilience, Long Island Sound, restoration of Hammock River wildlife.
Mhm.
It sounds like it's more, I don't think it's going to interest. Oh, ecological consequences of light pollution. And yeah, that's the topics they're proposing. But the big one's going to be the one that great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
CLCC,
Yeah.
Connecticut Land Conservation, and they have a lot of really good stuff. You know, it looks very, I mean, they've got like 7 different tracks to, you know, things to be done. Land protection and conservation, stewardship and natural climate solutions, protecting biodiversity and wildlife, land use planning, tools and technology, community-centered conservation, policy and advocacy, and your organizational capacity and fundraising. So there's a lot to, and that's just the tracks. There are at least 6 or 7 different sessions for each one. And I like the fact that, as I say, if Lee's going, Jim and myself will be able to at least hit different areas, you know, when there's more than one that we might be interested in. So again, if anybody's interested, let me know. Or actually just go on, sign on, and then send me a copy of your registration so I can get it submitted for a refund.
Anyone go to a conference in the last month? Bring up.
I had the great fortune of being able to sit on a presentation given by Doug Talamay, the author of Nature's Best Hope, Bringing It Home, and the one about oak trees. That's the author that we bought books for all the libraries. And it was just very affirming to me, because all the things that I am trying to encourage people to adopt in their own backyards, he just does a wonderful presentation. And my friends who are not into conservation were really motivated by his presentation. And it was standing room only. It was amazing.
Nice. Okay.
On April 5th, the Quiet Corner Garden Club is hosting a Growing Gardeners Symposium, and it will have 3 different tracks of speakers. and a keynote presentation in the middle of the day. It's going to be at the Connecticut Community College at Quinebaug Valley, formerly known as QVCC. And the cost is $35 for non-members. I was able to get Pete Bacone from Connecticut DEEP to give a presentation. He's going to be speaking about, landscaping for wildlife and birds and whatnot. I forgot the exact title of his presentation, but I've known Pete since 2002 when I went through the Master Wildlife Conservationist program. Very engaging speaker, very knowledgeable on the subject. And while I was speaking to him about doing this presentation for us, he was watching out his window, and there were 3 bluebirds eating winter berries off his shrub outside the window. And he goes, I think something's telling me I should take this speaking engagement. Because just trying to get people to diversify what they have in their properties to help enhance our native fauna. I'm excited that he's going to do it. We also have, I've forgotten her name, from Osawaga Farm. We've got somebody from Redtail Farm. They're going to be talking about soil health. They're going to be talking about growing vegetables. It's going to be a diverse program, and there'll be something for everybody at it. So it's $35, April 5th. And if you want the link, send me an email so you can sign up.
Thanks. Any other conferences? Okay, so moving on to open discussion. Lori.
I think this is probably the time for me to mention what I emailed you about. Yeah. I got a letter or email from Christine Barroso today saying that my commission was going to expire March 31. And did I want to continue? And I emailed her to say that I was going to decline to continue. So I don't really feel like I've got the expertise to offer a lot actually to the Conservation Committee. I feel like I love conservation, but everybody else here is very knowledgeable. So I feel like my contribution is not as great as it could be. Additionally, I really work a lot. But even though I love conservation issues and I might be a public participant, I think that this role should go to somebody who's more knowledgeable than me. So it doesn't expire until the end of March, so I probably will attend at least one more meeting. And then maybe, who knows, I might show up regularly, just like you, Ray.
Well, Lori, that I would vehemently disagree. We don't need scientists. We need people who are willing to participate and give us advice. It took me, I still don't know. I've been with the commission 15 years and
that's a long time. I do feel like if I was here for 15 years like you, or maybe 20 some odd like Jean, I might learn a thing or two, but it takes a while.
You did a fantastic job on the report for the cell tower, and your contributions to the pollinator garden, memorial pollinator garden, wouldn't happen without your help.
Yeah, so it's not like somebody's going to jump in and fill your seat, because we don't need experts. We need public citizens interested who could give us advice and help us with tasks. That said, I understand your email had other things that I would understand why you couldn't continue here. But if that's the only reason, I'm not going to let you go.
No, well, timing too, lots of people offer so much in terms of their time, and I have 2 jobs. So it's really hard to give additional time. But then the final thing is that I probably really am moving at some point, and it
Oh.
probably really will move south. I know that Lisa participates from New Zealand. But I have a feeling that
Yeah, but sometimes she's here.
No, but she has,
yeah,
no, but if, she still owns a residence here, so she's still a Woodstock resident.
yeah, she's still,
Yeah.
she's
Lori
still a
moves.
resident. But I
Oh.
may actually pick up and leave. I almost did it a couple years ago. Got everything ready, but then I didn't. So that's this seems like a good time to do it, even though if there's anything that I can offer that's actually valuable, I may be able to continue to do that, but in a different capacity, public
Thank you for
capacity.
everything you have donated in your service to the Conservation Commission.
Well, thank you.
It's more than you give yourself credit for.
Yeah, Laura, you've been wonderful. Just wonderful.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm used to really being expert in my field and knowing everything that there is to know. So this is a very odd. I mean, I have the care and concern for conservation issues, but the expertise is definitely lacking. I do
Yeah.
take good notes though. That's
And, you know, and this is why we talk about going to the conferences, so you get a little better understanding.
yeah.
But know that as much as it pains me on occasion to say it, you don't have to have any expertise to be on the committee and give us, you know, I mean, you've given so much time and very good information. And as Jean said, you know, written reports that were very, very helpful. I would seriously not like to see you go. Again, even
Thank
if,
you,
you
Grace.
know, well, you know, even if you got knotweed behind you, okay?
That
Yeah.
was on purpose.
I have to agree with everybody. Really, Laurie, it's not a requirement. And I think, you know, we need to have all perspectives, and just that concern is really important. And I would say too that, you know, Jean and I, that's our work in conservation. So I
I can
work for
tell. I mean,
ECCD, and
you-
that's not, I mean, other than that, I probably, might not know as much as I know. So recognize that, we're coming into it as professionals. So that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I'd really hope you would change your mind, but, completely understand if.
well, right now I'm down as declined to renew. As much as I have really enjoyed this opportunity, all of those things still stand, but especially the fact that I probably will be moving at some point. So that would make it a very a little bit more of a challenging time point where this falls
Yeah.
at the termination point. It's just a little bit easier than to try
Thank
to
you
break.
again for your service. I understand.
Yeah, and then someone will need to take the credit card billing
Oh.
opportunity over. I'm going to call it an opportunity. Most of the time, I just forget to turn in the bills and I don't really care. They don't amount to that much. But most people maybe would be a little more responsible with turning those in. And I just figure it's a donation to the town, so it doesn't matter. But I have the password and I think you probably have everything to get in, log into the site, Jean, but whoever decides to volunteer for that, I can give any of the information regarding password and login, but someone does need to volunteer.
Okay, which brings me to Ray Morgan. We have a seat open. You're here every month.
Oh, I
Please.
love, no, I love the opportunity, but it's just not a good time. They got me working in Norwalk. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning and I don't get back here till 5, 6 o'clock. I just couldn't give you the time I would,
Okay.
but thank you anyways.
Well, your
Work.
wife keeps
Now-
coming.
now I-
Pam sitting behind you?
Yeah, she's right here. She's being very quiet.
I
Uh-huh.
love Pam too.
Yeah.
She knows.
Equal opportunity. It's just your name shows up, but I know how you guys work.
Yeah. I'm trying. She's the quiet one tonight, and she's over there. I said, "Oh, you could be an accountant." She's shaking her head, "No, not yet." She got her.
We're giving you right of first refusal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Lori, do you have anything else to,
No, nothing else to add.
okay, thanks. Jim?
Well, perfect timing. I got the same communication from Christine at the town hall. That
Yeah.
my term is about to expires the March 31st. Despite the fact that I don't know anything about what we're doing here, I said, yes, I'd re-up for it.
Thank you.
I share the same feelings though, Lori. You know, this isn't my career, certainly. So it's more just, you know, something I care about. But despite the lack of knowledge, yeah, I'm in for it for another term or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's 5 years.
No, that long. If I knew that.
Yeah, I got it too. Trust me, there's a bunch of us. And I was with the town clerk, Christine, and the paperwork has to be straightened out. There's some discrepancies, shall we say. You are supposed to be a full member.
Me.
Did you read the letter? And it said an alternate, did it not?
I didn't get anything in the mail. She just emailed me.
Emailed you? Okay. Yeah, well, maybe I did that too. I don't know. But anyway, I am working with Christine to try to figure out what things are going on. And we technically are appointed by the selectmen. So any resignation or, continuance must go to them, the selectmen, as in Christine, whatever her name is. I apologize.
Oh, Christine Barroso. So
There you go.
whenever Christine gets applications or resignations for boards and commissions, she
Mhm.
always goes and checks with the town clerk's office, for dates and, alternates or full or whatever. So they do work very closely together.
Oh, yeah. And as I said, Christine was going to annoy her for my benefit. But because we did assume that Jim was moved from alternate to full member. And I really thought that was taken care of, but it's not showing up in any letters anywhere. So we may have to go through that rigmarole again, and I will find out. I'll be hopefully within the next couple of days or whatever, when I hear from Christine.
I did tell her that I wouldn't be able to be at the meeting when it would be presented, but she said because it was a reappointment, it wouldn't matter.
No, it
gonna
does
be-
not matter. No. They normally don't ask. Sometimes they do when they
Yeah.
want, never mind.
Remember when I got kicked off because I didn't know I was supposed to be at a meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a different administration.
Yeah, different administration, different
Mhm.
rules. Jean, you got anything?
Nothing more than what I've already said. Oh, wait, yes, 24 days till spring.
Excellent. Is that what the groundhog said?
For the
you know
duck.
what you could do with that groundhog? No.
Or the duck? There was a duck in the
Ramble
Northeast
the
Connecticut.
duck.
Yes, yes.
Tremble the duck out of Eastford.
Crystal,
Nope, nothing to report.
Grace,
No more. No.
Laura.
So I have a question because I wasn't at the January meeting. Did you
Yeah.
guys vote on the 2025 slate?
Apparently, it's every other year now.
Oh,
We changed it. Yeah,
You're stuck.
yeah.
Okay,
You're
that was-
stuck until next
We're all
year.
stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. And then I just wanted to let you know I won't be at the March meeting. I'm going to be hopefully on an island in Bonaire.
Bet that island has Wi-Fi.
Bye.
Yeah, where did
Bye.
you check in once? You were remote once, Lee. Where were you?
Yeah, you were in
Think
Portugal
Iceland,
maybe, or,
Iceland or
Yeah.
the Azores, the Azores.
Azor.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I will be communicating with an octopus, so I will not be available.
Okay. They're very smart.
I hope
Uh,
I can communicate with one.
They're very
Yes.
cool, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Is there anything else for the good of the order? And if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second,
Or a second?
Jean, second.
Okay,
Meeting is adjourned.
Great.
all right,
So
Good
we'll
night.
meet again when it's springtime.
7:40.
Hopefully
Oh,
it snows
God,
by.
yeah,
Fantastic.
absolutely.
Bye, all.
Nice.
All right,
Night, night.
take care.
You were the